Today our debate group will talk about focus on the topic why the digital currency should not be banned. Our debate group has four members. My name is Nam and we Wu and Tu. So our presentation has three parts. First is the definition, and I will show how the Bitcoin work in the market. And the second is we will talk about the situation of Bitcoin nowadays. And the last part, to our members will talk about the advantages when we using cryptocurrency known as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a worldwide cryptocurrency, and this is the first currency that the Bitcoin does not rely on any single administration or some government. And Bitcoin was invented by there's a rumor that Bitcoin was invented by a samurai in Japan. So this is invented it's published on 2009. And the Bitcoin, the only transaction of the Bitcoin we will record it in a system called blockchain. So blockchain is a system that is only there's no intermediary involved, and I will look in the graph on the right. So whenever we have a transaction between the customer, so the transaction will upload to the network. And we can confirm it in anywhere, so it's very convenient. And so when the transaction is confirmed by the seller, so it will make it into a block and immerse into the blockchain so that the transaction will be complete. The next part, I will show how the Bitcoin transaction work. First, when we when someone wants to sell Bitcoin to someone else, so the seller will pay the fee and the credit, and sends to the and make a transaction. So and the machine will command. And we will have some machine that will be using some code to mining. It's called mining some Bitcoin, and we use the private key of a seller to confirm the transaction, so that and so the transaction is fully complete. The next part, we will talk about the situation of Bitcoin nowadays.
Okay, thank you, Nana. So maybe we talk about the world of Bitcoin and the situation of Bitcoin nowadays. Firstly, you can see that Bitcoin had only 21 million coin, and we already have 60 million in the market. And Android as well as home is very scared. And I think the big expectation of people for the value of Bitcoin is very high. And in fact, in 2015, there are a lot of engineering firms and organizations accept Bitcoin as the payment. And you can see such as Microsoft, Dell, or PayPal. So I think that the company accept the Bitcoin because the benefit of it. Firstly, I think it's low cost and it's convenient and it's safe and security. And about the reason, I think I strongly believe that the firm that accept the Bitcoin is they can earn high return because it's safe and safety. No one can identify the information, and there's no tax on your income, and so no cost, high return. And secondly, you can see, and there's a lot of investor and arbitrator holding Bitcoin at the moment, and so that you can see that the price Bitcoin in 2010 and to 2016, it took over nearly 2,000 days to go from $0 to $2,000, but it only takes over 100 days to go from $2,000 to nearly $6,000. It really and in third, you see, in 13 October, it's big to big over $5,000 and $1,800 per Bitcoin, and I strongly believe that it's really healthy for the economy. So let's back my partner, we talk about the more the advent of Bitcoin.
So when I talk about the benefit of Bitcoin for the economy, first, the Bitcoin is secure, and all the transaction is on our phone or PC, and it's a benefit because if there's someone who carries a lot of money, they can face the possibility of thief or scam, and the second is the Bitcoin is they are rising their value, and if the more the people attend for the Bitcoin, and I think it will be more stable. And the last thing is because storageable. You can have a lot of Bitcoin without basic task or something similar. And according to Christine Lagarde, the head of IMF, she had stated that it's not wise to dismiss virtual currency and citizens may one day destroy it. The reason behind it because it takes a long time to regulate our current money, and the Bitcoin is the new money, and in the future it will change, it will fix the problem, and the people can use it. And the second thing is make easier and safer than training table field. And as I mentioned above, and third, the country with weak institution and unstable national currency like North Korea and Venezuela cannot use Bitcoin to invest on buy and sell without care much about the inflation. And the last thing is Bitcoin has the benefits of settlement rate, no clearing delay, no central registration, no intermediary to check account and identity. And the next part, Brother Wu will continue.
I will talk a bit about the how banking payment system. First, there are buyer and seller, and if you want to buy something, you have to go to the bank and send it to send the money via the banking system, and it obviously because there is a third party, so it obviously the transaction fee will increase, will occur. And I have researched that the transaction fee of a bank is at least $3 per each transaction. So imagine banking system do 1 million transactions per day. So the amount of money they earn for each day is pretty much. Instead of that, we can use Bitcoin to directly transfer to the customer or the seller. The transaction fee will be zero. It's nearly zero. So why don't we use Bitcoin to be a new kind of payment? So in my opinion, Bitcoin shouldn't be banned. Thank you for listening.